What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Equal Espresso, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys my Call of Duty Ghosts wish list. Now, I haven't done one of these yet, and I decided, it's probably time to do that. I got a lot of ideas and a lot of things that I want to see return and then also taken out, so I thought I'd give you my end of the spectrum on what I think should be in Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer and campaign-wise. Since I know a lot of people are going to be listening to the campaign story-wise, I know that I should probably just get this out of the way now. One of the big things that I want to see from the campaign is the return of the multiple choices you can make affecting the outcome of the game. That is something that Black Ops 2 did really well and was really innovative for a Call of Duty series. Now, previously, all Call of Duties only had one ending, and a lot of games had these multiple outcomes, which would, in essence, allow people to play over and over again and get different outcomes so that they could see each individual one or just do it how they wanted to. And that was something that limited Call of Duty just to one central avenue. And whenever they opened up with this in Black Ops 2, well, it was revolutionary for the series. And personally, I loved it. I loved seeing the multiple endings. They're both mind-boggling and extremely creative and awesome. And at the same point in time, I don't want to see that go away. It was something that was there and really awesome. I just don't want to see that go away. Also, I want to see some crazy plot twists. There were some really cool things here and there in the Black Ops 2 campaign that really just stuck out and were just like, holy shit, I did not see that coming. I want to see stuff like that. I want to see something that keeps my attention mind-boggling and just keeps me focused completely on what's going on and then throws me completely off course when I don't even realize it. So that's my thing on campaign. I know you guys don't really care that much about campaign. A lot of people are just focused on multiplayer. But if you like campaign, then give me your thoughts on what you think of those ideas, those two short ones. I know I can think of more, but at the moment I got nothing else. So let's jump right into multiplayer, the stuff that everybody really wants to hear about. And one of the biggest things that I want to see Infinity Ward do in Call of Duty Ghosts is that I want to see them listen to the community. Black Ops 2 has done a great job of this. Treyarch has done such a superb job of listening to the community, both in support-wise and then also giving us the opportunities of what we want to see in-game, like such as the personalization pack and what we're seeing now. Granted, the last personalization pack and the last DLC didn't do that great in sales. The fact that they're still giving us the choice to see what we want to see is a step forward in the right direction, in my opinion. This will be a prime time and an easy way for Tina Palacios to pull ahead with the reputation that she's going to want to have. Granted, she started at Infinity Ward during MW3, but she started late. Let's take that into consideration. So this is her first full launch of a game that she'll be head community manager as with Infinity Ward. The next thing that I want to see is connection fixes, and by that I mean the fact that not everything depends on the host connection and the lag compensation. Lag compensation was a great idea in theory, but in translation it turned out horribly, like a nightmare. You should not be accountable for a death whenever you put half to a full clip of a gun into somebody and then they come up and stab you. That just should not happen, because realistically, and even if you want to argue that Call of Duty is not realistic, it still should not take an entire clip to kill somebody whenever you have that much of an advantage on the player. That being said, also another thing that needs to be fixed is the spawning. Controlled spawning is something that is good to have and have multiple spawn points, but at the same time it is really easy to pick off where everybody's going to be spawning at once and spawn trap them. A perfect example of this is if you control the B and C flags on Hijacked, you can pull up and pretty much just dominate anybody spawning in A flag domination. And what makes it even worse in this case is the fact that you can control them from both sides, from the kitchen entrance as well as the balcony above kitchen. That's the kind of stuff that I do not want to see in Call of Duty Ghosts. The fact that that even exists in Call of Duty, I guess it's part of the game and a learning curve for developers to not make the system run like that, but at the same time, I guess it is kind of necessary, because once there is a spawn point, you're obviously going to find a way to manipulate it and work it to your advantage. But whenever you have no chance of getting out and no chance but to rage quit, well, that's something to me that just should not be in a game. Another thing that I would love to see is the addition of larger maps. I hate to bring up Battlefield 3 and the Battlefield series because of the seamless fanboy war between the two titles of Call of Duty and Battlefield, but Battlefield does it really well. They do it so that you can have large areas and environments as well as keep the close quarters combats in some aspects. To me, Call of Duty has kind of become this close quarters combat only game in which it's dominated by corners and various flanking routes, but at the same time, that takes away the entire aspect of all sorts of different elements of battle. Now, for the in-game aspects of Call of Duty Ghosts, I want to see the return of possibly vehicles. That was something that we haven't seen since Call of Duty World at War, and that was something that was really loved by people in Call of Duty World at War, that in fact you could drive the tanks around and just destroy people, run them over. It was just something that added a whole new level to the game itself and added a fun aspect to the game, if you want to call it that. It added some advantage, yes, but at the same time, it also decreased some aspects of your game by, let's say, slowing you down or limiting you to a fire rate of X per minute. On the flip side, something that I definitely do not want to see return in Call of Duty Ghosts is death streaks. That was something that to me was just totally pointless. Like, why would you get rewarded for being bad at the game? This is something that Infinity Ward has done in previous years multiple times, and to me each time it's just like, this is so stupid. Nobody seems to like death streaks at all, except for the people that really rely on them, and that is a very select few. And at the same time, it all goes back to that listening to the community type thing that I was talking about earlier. And with the fact that everybody has been, since they started implementing death streaks, has been crying out, do not put them in the next title. Is this the year that they're finally not in an Infinity Ward title? I've always preferred Infinity Ward games over Treyarch games. It's just something of personal preference. I know a lot of people think otherwise, but to me, that's something that Treyarch has done extremely well, is not putting them in there, and it's something that should not even be in the game in general. Next, I want to see some balanced weapons, and we see all these updates with nerfs and buffs and all that, but at the same time, if we get it right from the beginning, then it's not going to be needed. I know it's a trial and error basis type thing that developers go off of, but with the right amount of testing and the right amount of skill sets, you're going to be able to get each gun to have their own unique abilities, and then overall be pretty much the same in essence with each other, that you are not going to be relying on connection, or you're not going to be relying on something that is bull in a gun that you're going to have to rely on. I'm all for nerfing and all that for guns if they need it, but at the same time, do not increase and decrease the stats of other weapons if it's not needed. We've seen that a couple times in the Treyarch updates where they subtly have buffed something else while nerfing something else so that it makes something else overpowered, creating another update in the future. And that's just something that to me is stupid. Why would you take a problem and then create another one out of fixing it? But I mean, regardless, I want to see some balanced weapons in Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, returning to the innovative aspect of Black Ops 2, I'm going to finish up this video with 3 things that Black Ops 2 did right, and I want to see return in Call of Duty Ghosts. One being that the weapon camos stay, and what I mean by that is whenever you prestiged, you didn't lose your camo slot placing, and every Call of Duty beforehand kind of did it stupidly, where you prestiged and then you lost all progress you had on a gun's camo. Also, we had the mute all except party option in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and I really want to see this come to fruition into Call of Duty Ghosts, because this is something that I didn't really personally use a lot, but in the times that I did, it was extremely useful because I didn't want to listen to everybody bicker back and forth in game chat. That's something that to me was one of the most annoying things about game chat in general, was the fact that you had 12 other people just bickering back and forth, saying really stupid stuff, making absolutely no sense, sounding like complete assholes. The option to mute all of them at once, well, that's just a godsend, and it saves you 30 seconds of not wanting to stab yourself in the eyes. And finally, I want to see the return of multi-team and league play. This is something I did every time my friends were online with me, every time we had a team of 3 or 4 people, and it really was a lot more fun than pub stomping and all kinds of just public matches, because public matches in essence made me hate the game, because there were just so many terrible players, so many campers, so much bullshit in the game itself, that these were kind of an escape. You had league play where it didn't really matter, but at the same time it did, because you're playing a competitive play style. And granted, multi-team was a public playlist, it also didn't incorporate as much bullcrap as there was in other game modes. Overall, these two just were a lot more fun in my opinion, and I want to see the return of those, because it was something that you could do more collectively as a group with your friends. Something that you could actually enjoy partially, if you want to call it that, because I know a lot of people still didn't like those, but personally I do want to see those return. So that's what I want to see in Call of Duty Ghosts, both campaign, development, and multiplayer wise. I know I could speak a lot more on some other ideas, but at the moment I don't really have them, and I also don't want to bore you too much, because this video has already been going on for 9.5 minutes. So thank you guys so much for watching. Mine has been Equal Espresso. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Remember, shares to your Facebook, Twitter, and or MySpace if you're OG like that are greatly appreciated, as are comments and likes. I always love hearing what you have to say and like seeing those likes. I just signed up for MoTube, so if you want to get a text message every time that I upload, the link to that will be in the description below, so that you can get an SMS text message, so that if the sub boxes fail, as they usually do sometimes, well, you can still stay connected. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and like the Facebook fan page, and as always guys, I hope you are having a great day. I shall see you guys later. Take care and peace.